Aside from going on vacations and taking long road trips, summer is also the best time to pick up a new sport.
And what better way to learn a new sport than with us as your companion?
So get off that couch and join us on our next adventure, only here on Game Day Weekend.
Joining us for today's adventure is one of the most popular UAP athletes today. He is also a former most valuable player in the UAP and also former team member of the Philippine national team under 19. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to Game Day Weekend, Paulo Buga.
Hey, Paul. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Game Day Weekend.
Congratulations,
and congratulations. First of all, Pao, can you tell us how hard is it or how do you balance being a student athlete?
Actually, hindi naman talaga siya mahirap maging student athlete eh. Basta marunong ka lang mag-manage ng time mo sa training, sa studies, at saka yung pagpahinga mo. Yun lang naman.
Hindi daw mahirap.
Hindi mahirap.
Ako mahilig ako sa pahinga eh.
Gusto ko rin yun.
Okay, so Paolo, tapos na yung season. Do you play any other sport aside from football?
No, only football lang talaga.
Football lang talaga?
Football lang talaga.
Kahit swimming, basketball?
Wala, football lang talaga.
Martial arts.
Martial arts,
Wala,
stick
football lang
sports.
talaga yung ano.
Mula nung bata ka, yun
Yung
na.
bata ko. Football lang talaga.
Galing.
Mukhang level playing ground tayo ngayon kasi usually yung guest natin may advantage. Pero I know you're as excited as we are.
Yes.
So let's get to know this ancient Filipino fighting art known as Arnis.
Also known as eskrima or kali. Arnis is an ancient martial arts and national sport of the Philippines. The name Arnis is derived from the word arnes, which in Old Spanish means armor. The name was derived from the armor costumes used by the natives during stage plays, where actors fought mock battles using wooden swords and sticks. The late Remy Amador Presas is widely considered as the founder of modern Arnis. Modern Arnis is not considered by some as a form of martial arts. Rather, they see it as a form of fighting arts, or as a means of self-defense. One of the main characteristics of modern Arnis is the use of sticks, or specifically, aratan stick. A typical Arnis is usually about 28 inches long, but they also vary in size. Both the single and double stick technique are taught in modern Arnis. And since 2009, they've been included as a physical education course in every school in the country.
Now that we know what we're finally going up against, it's time to meet our coach who will teach us the basics of Arnis. Let's welcome to Game Day Weekend a 7th degree black belt holder in Arnis, Master Ryan Gialago.
Coach! Welcome to Game Day Weekend. Coach, una-una, how do you get, what does it take to get to 7th degree?
There are several belts.
Right.
We have colored belts. Yellow, green, blue, brown.
Right.
And then our black belt, we call lakan. Pito is approximately doing the black belt 7 times over.
7 times, which is what you are.
Yeah.
Okay, so how effective is Arnis one, and what differentiates it from the other martial arts?
Okay. So how effective, actually, this may be a cliche answer, but it really depends on the individual.
Okay.
How you train, because we believe that all martial arts are eclectic. It's different because in Arnis, we start with weapons first. And as the practitioner progresses, we shorten the weapon. Eventually, we turn to knife fighting. And eventually, we turn to empty hand.
Yeah.
So today, Coach, we're going to be learning Arnis. And just another question. What's the correct attire? Obviously, iba-iba yung suot namin. But what's the correct attire for Arnis?
With regards to uniform, we're comfortable. We just wear our uniform for performances, belting, formal occasions when we go out of the country.
Okay.
So we're gonna learn the sport of Arnis. Just really briefly, what are the basic forms of Arnis?
Actually, what you're going to learn now is they are all in a group. They are for sparring. Because Kamao or Arnis style believes that training in sparring is also training in self-defense. Why? Because for self-defense, for example, you're gonna learn defense against very simple strikes, yung mga kitang-kita, and it assumes that you're defending against someone who doesn't know martial arts. But for sparring, you're gonna be pitted against people who are also experts. So if you get the skills for the expert level, you can use it for an ordinary self-defense situation.
Coach, is there any belts or levels in Arnis? And paano ka na po promote nun?
You have to keep track of the students. So how much did they learn?
The progression.
The progression. Okay, so to be able to keep track of the beginners and advanced students, we have to promote them. And so as to the question, how do you get promoted? For example, we have techniques numbers 1 to 10. It's just an example. It's for the first level. After that, you learn techniques numbers 11 to 20. You get promoted to the next level.
Well, speaking of techniques, I've heard the terms sungkit, evade, counter, and block. How do you do those self-defense techniques?
Yung mga matututunan ba namin today?
Yeah, actually, that's the lesson for today. The 4 techniques, the sungkit. Sungkit is a local term, is a Tagalog term, but it's a peculiar kind of movement. It's like you steal a strike in. Sungkit. You still
Strike.
hit, and then you move out. We have the iwas counter or evade counter. In an effort to try to put the local, the Tagalog vocabulary, we get Tagalog words, but actually we prefer descriptive. So evade counter, but sometimes it's called iwas counter. And logically, it describes the move. Someone hits you, you move out, and then you leave a strike in.
Okay.
And then we have this technique called the lunge block exit or lunge block counter. So the lunge, you can already imagine you're the one attacking. There's a lunge movement, a forward movement, and then you neutralize the opponent's counter, lunge, then you block, and then you exit by hitting again. You leave one more hit behind. We have 2 types of scoring systems for Arnis. We have the boxing type, we have the 10-9 must system, wherein the players just hit as many times as possible, and then the judges try to score which ones got the more hits. Also, there is the point system. The point system is in a clash. You're waiting, and then in a clash, you're going to decide which one was able to hit first, and then you give the score.
It's like fencing.
Yes, and then for the point system, the majority, there are different organizations, but the majority is, the consensus is, the first to get 5 points wins the round, and then it's a race to 3 rounds.
So today we're going to do sungkit, block, iwas counter, lunge, block counter, and...
That's it, it's 4.
4.
Okay,
Wait.
I got it.
Pero, sandali. Before we get to do that, maybe we should take a little breather, stretch out a little first, stretch our muscles, because mahihirapan tayo, para ma-challenge tayo konti. Pahinga muna tayo. We'll be back with more Game Day weekend when we return.